everyone, Scott Lett here, owner of Pro Exterior Cleaning here in the great state of Oklahoma. So, just reorganizing my trailer. Being organized leads to more efficiency. The more efficient you are, the faster you can complete jobs. So, also, one thing that helps you complete jobs faster is having the right equipment. So, today I'm going to go over my lineup of different nozzles. As you can tell, I have a bunch. So, let's start off with this. This is not a nozzle, but it's called a downstream injector. This is for downstreaming out of a 5-gallon bucket. I'll downstream out of my X-Jet reservoir. Connect that to your pressure washer. Put this suction cap in the 5-gallon bucket or whatever you want to use, and this suctions out about a 1.5–2% mix. Great for house washes, soft washes, vinyl, things like that. This is my X-Jet nozzle. Right here is my X-Jet hose. I've added about 20 feet to it. This is my X-Jet reservoir, but I use this to throw about a 3 or 4% mix for pre-treating, post-treating driveways. You can soft wash with this. It's great for rinsing. So it has the adjustable fan on it, as you can tell. These are shooter tips. One is for an 8-gallon per minute machine. The other is for my 2 4-gallon per minute machines, which is the hot water, and then the water cannon. So these can shoot about 40 feet. So those tall peaks on houses and things like that, that's great for applying chemical to really high places. Just ordered this. I am going to fill in these two places here with some other nozzles. Make that a complete set. This came with my first soft wash system, and I ordered this J-rod off Amazon. So these are my go-to for, I use these for my 12-volt system. I use these for downstreaming, you know, whatever. And then this is for the X-Jet, like I said. So this is an adjustable soap nozzle made by Ryobi. It's decent. I use it for washing roofs. It works pretty well with my 12-volt system. 7-gallon per minute here. It works pretty well. So it's not my favorite. I heard there's a blue one out there that's better than this, but for now, you know, I have it. But honestly, most of my success has come from the J-rods. So I haven't used the shooter tip yet for my 12-volt system. So I'm excited to see how it works. So, and then here are all the different color nozzles. I have all kind of backups. I have some over there on my 8-gallon per minute machine, which, you know, those are specifically made for 8-gallon per minute. The rest are for 4-gallon per minute. Obviously, I have some over there on my hot water unit, and then these are just backups. So, so if you want more of a fan with some pressure, I'm not going to sit here and name all the numbers. You know, doesn't really mean much to anybody. I'm just going to tell you what I use them for. So, if I were to clean a deck or a fence and I wanted a wider fan with less pressure, this is great. This is the white one, the white nozzle. I don't know if you can tell that's white because it's been used, but this is a brand new one. This is a little bit stronger. It's the yellow. It's more pressure, a little bit tighter of a stream. I'll use that for concrete mainly. You don't want to use this on vinyl or wood or anything like that because you could splinter the wood. So this is mainly for concrete. The red is like a straight shot, you know, 4,000 PSI straight shot at one little, you know, one spot on the ground. So if you have like some paint or something on some concrete, you know, I very rarely, if at all, use the red because it usually does more damage than good. But, you know, if I needed to rinse from the ground, hit that peak just to rinse, that might be the only time I use it, but I have J-Rod, so there's really no point in really having a red tipped, in my opinion. All right, but I hold on to them because one day I may need it. And then, whoops, and then the black nozzle. This is your chem tip. So if you want to downstream, you're going to need this black chemical tip to pull your chem out of your downstream injector. Obviously, you can use your J-rods to do the same thing. If you're just wanting to pre-treat a driveway, this is going to cover more ground, but it's very similar to the fans here. These two are more of a stream. That's a fan, which is very similar to this. So, but if you don't have a J-rod, this is your only option for pulling chem from your downstream injector. So, what else could I talk about? So, one thing you need to know about the different color nozzles is, there's 4 gallon per minute rated ones and there's 8 gallon per minute. So if I were to try to use a 4 gallon per minute on an 8 gallon, vice versa, they would not work as well. So one thing to keep in mind. So, but yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing some maintenance, cleaning up some stuff, trying to make things look a little better, a little more organized. All this right here kind of looks junky to me. So I just want to pull up to a job and look as professional as possible. I want to know where everything is. Like I said, being organized leads to efficiency. Efficiency leads to more money. So that's what I'm trying to do now. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you guys my nozzles. I've had a couple guys, ask me about the X-Jet, downstreaming, J-rods, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely need this. It's going to come with a pressure washer you buy anyways. X-Jet, I highly recommend. Shooter tips, I highly recommend. J-rods, I highly recommend. You need all these things once you get there. I wouldn't buy this again. It's kind of a piece of crap, but it's just good to have just in case, for whatever reason I lose all this stuff, which isn't gonna happen. And then it's good to have backups. So I didn't go over the green. The green is like in between the yellow and the white, I believe. So really good option. But anyways, guys, so those are your nozzles. And I very rarely even use the colored tips. I'm usually around this area here, Oh my gosh, I forgot to show you guys the most important nozzle. The turbo nozzle. How did I forget this? So this is a turbo nozzle. This is really the best thing for concrete to cover more ground. So I had a job yesterday where I had to get up latex paint, and I used hot water and this turbo nozzle, and it worked great. So I think it's about $40, but it's a $40 well spent. So it'll save you a lot of time, especially hitting the edges of driveways and things like that. So cannot believe I forgot about the turbo nozzle, but this is an essential item too. All right, guys, I'm gonna get back to getting organized. I bought a new ladder, so I'm gonna put that right here. So, all right, guys, Scott Lett, Pro Exterior Cleaning.